at the risk of making this long video even longer, I did want to just pop into the intro here and provide some context for the meeting that you're about to watch. This meeting comes on the heels of a special meeting that was called on August 15 by trustees Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. The reason they called that special meeting is because they say they had been requesting for certain items to be added to an agenda of a regular meeting, and their requests were ignored by Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. Now, the way public meetings work is when a public body is having a meeting, they have to have an agenda, and they have to post that agenda at least 48 hours in advance so that the public can know what will be discussed at that meeting. That also means that nothing that is not on the agenda can be discussed at that meeting, because then the public would not have known about it. So effectively, by not putting Trustee Gonzalez's and Carlisle's requests on an agenda, Supervisor Henyard has been preventing those items from being addressed at a public meeting. That's why they called a special meeting. They put together their own agenda with the items on it that they wanted to address. They notified the public on time. They invited the public. That's what the meeting was last Thursday. And that leads into some of the strangeness that surrounded the notification about the August 20 meeting. That meeting had been included in the schedule of meetings that was posted on the Thornton Township website, but it seemed as if it was removed sometime from that posting. There was no agenda on the website, which is the normal place to put a publicly noticed meeting agenda. So I ended up driving to Thornton Township headquarters and finding the agenda there. There was a paper copy taped to the window, and I took a picture of it so that I would have a record of it. I shared that image to our Facebook page and published an article on our website listing the meeting agenda. So that agenda, that publicly taped to the window agenda, said that the meeting would be starting at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, August 20. That all happened on August 19, the day before the meeting. Later in the afternoon on August 19, Supervisor Henyard sent an email telling people that the meeting was at 5:30 and requesting that they come and let their voices be heard. So that already was strange. I arrived around 5:30 on Tuesday night, and there was already a long line of people waiting to be let into the building. There was a mix of people in the line. Some people were there because they were afraid Big Bingo was going to be taken away. They liked the senior programs. They wanted to make sure that they would still have those programs. Other people were there because they're tired of what's going on, and they want to make sure that there is some accountability in the government. So there was a mix of people, a mix of reasons for being there. I'm not sure exactly what time the doors opened, but we filed in and were directed downstairs, which makes sense for a meeting of 100 people. There were approximately 100 people in line, and chairs were set up for that many people, and the table at the head of the meeting was set up as if the Board of Trustees would be sitting there. However, there also were some people who were directed upstairs into the regular meeting room, which is much smaller, and we could see on the TV screens that Supervisor Henyard was in that smaller room. So already the meeting was surrounded in controversy before it even started. 6 o'clock, the supposed meeting time, came and went, and there was apparently a battle of wills about where the meeting would actually happen. Supervisor Henyard was up in the small room. Trustees Jones, Carlisle, and Gonzalez were all down at the table in the large room. Now that is a quorum, and they could have started the meeting, but they were hoping that the clerk would join them so that the meeting could be properly recorded and minutes could be taken. Apparently there was some communication back and forth between them and the clerk. Supervisor Henyard did come down for a while. She talked to all of the trustees who were seated at the table waiting for her, and then she left again. You can hear in the video the people are chanting that they want the meeting to happen downstairs where they are, where most of the people are. I don't know what all those conversations were. I don't know what kind of power play this was, but I wanted to provide that background just because it gives a sense of the dynamics even behind the meetings. I mean, public meetings are intended to allow the public to participate, and it seems like Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is doing whatever she can to make it difficult for the public to participate. So all of that feeds into the rest of the meeting, and we'll get to the meeting now.
Your chair? It was. We brought one down there too.
Meeting rolling peacefully. You must remain civilized. Fair enough? Fair enough. Any profanity, bad language, disrespectful, will not be tolerated. All right. Gotta go both ways. What?
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening. There's a lot to discuss as it relates to Thornton Township. First and foremost, I just want to set some rules. Those that have not been here, at the last town hall meeting, it was really hostile. There was a lot of issues going on. So today, we will not be allowing any of that to happen. So if anything gets out of order, I will cancel the meeting and everybody will be removed from the meeting. Your job is to have a decent meeting where you hear us and understand what's going on here at Thornton Township. So all your outbursts, if you can keep that to yourself, you will have time to address this body. You have to sign in to speak. You will get 3 minutes to speak to this board. But I just want to make sure we're clear on the rules. Nobody can say, hey, you didn't give us rules. We have an ordinance that says you cannot disrupt a meeting. We are here to handle business and not allow the business to handle us. So we can allow everybody to leave in a decent time and order. So I just want to make that announcement so we're crystal clear on the rules. First, I would like to call to order, and also back up a little bit. That's the reason why we have it in our actual board meeting, which is located upstairs. Every time we have a town hall meeting, we have a meeting upstairs, and the overflow is downstairs in the level. Unfortunately, the Board of Trustees didn't want to come upstairs because obviously people have plans to disrupt the meeting. We're not here for that. We're not here for the show. We're not here for the clickbait. We're here to actually listen to the business at hand. So I'm just trying to let you know the whys and what is going on. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to get home to their loved one. I don't want anybody bickering and toward one another. I don't want any of that. I want you to come the same way. I want you to leave the same way you came, in one piece. Because someone do love and do care about you. So I just want to make sure that's crystal clear of what's going on this evening. And that's the reason for the disclaimer in the beginning of this meeting. All right, guys? So thank you so much for coming out.
Once again, if you're using my content,
I would like to call the order Thornton Township Board Meeting. Today is August 20th, 2024. The time is 6:59 p.m. Please call the roll.
Trustee Jones?
Present.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Present.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle? Supervisor Henyard?
Next on the agenda, if everybody will stand for pledge allegiance. Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. Is there a motion to approve minutes of the board meeting held on July 15, 2024 at 6 p.m.? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Carlor.
Trustee Gray Everett? Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones? Supervisor Henyard?
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is adoption of the 2024/2025 budget and appropriation ordinance 24-009 for Thornton Township General Assistance Fund. Is there a motion?
Yes, I would like to make a superseding motion that we table old business.
All right, there's no such thing as superseding if there's no motion on the table. So if you just want to make a motion to table something, just make a motion to table the item. To table item A.
So the motion is to vote item A and B is both.
Okay. All right, she got to be clear on what she wants to do. So you want to table both budgets? Is there a reason why you guys are tabling the budgets?
We're gonna send you a revised copy of the budget that we want to your office.
Okay, so for the record, guys, so you understand what's going on, we put together a budget. Is there a second? You said, is there a second? Okay, it's been a motion and second. We put the budget on the table since April. That's when everybody came to the town hall meeting and everybody was into one another, and the Board of Trustees chose not to basically vote for a budget. So your township is running without an actual budget. They had plenty of time to actually go over a budget, present a budget, and make sure that we had something to look at, whether it's something they want to take out, amend, adjust, fix, and they have not done so. So we put this on here, and they still don't have an idea of what they want to do or what they would like to change as it relates to a budget. So that is the reason for it being on here, because our job is to make sure we have an actual budget, which has never, ever not happened here at Thornton Township. Every single year, they have passed the budget since Frank Zuccarelli have been here, and since I've been here, we have had an actual budget. So right now, we're operating without the budget. So I'm asking the Board of Trustees to not kick the can down the road any longer, and to make sure that you actually do your job and actually produce a budget for the township so we can move forward with our day-to-day operation. So that is my ask. I've been asking that since April of this year, and it is now August, and we're going into September. So that's my message. All right, Carlor.
If I may, unfortunately, there's a lot of things going on here that haven't happened before. And that's kind of to the heart of why we're passing it. We're, as Trustee Carlisle said, we're going to put some finishing touches on our budget that we're going to propose. Takes a little time. Unfortunately, this budget's a little bloated, so we're trying to get our cuts to where they need to be, we feel they need to be. So that will be coming soon. Word.
All right, Trustee, as I stated, we had ample time to actually come up with an actual budget. grandstand for the people when you guys really not doing your job. You have time to actually cut stuff, change stuff, amend stuff, and actually give them a budget to look at and review so that now we will all get to discuss what you would like to change if you feel something is bloated, but you never gave an opinion of anything being wrong or you want to adjust. So all this grandstanding, I'm just sick of it. I just want them to actually produce something and actually put it before us so we can actually talk as a board and amend as a board. But just saying things just because we get ample time to still change since April is not cool. So you guys have your wish as it relates to tabling it. When are you going to produce this again? Because tabling to when? We started kicking the can down the road. When are we going to discuss this? What's the date? Y'all tabling it to when? How y'all don't know when y'all want to take it? Why we in a meeting and we still don't know nothing? What do we got, guys? What do we have? What day do y'all want to table this agenda to, with this budget? What's the dates? Because we're not going to do that. We did that since April. You haven't gave us anything, so what's the dates?
You'll be notified.
Okay, guys, we just told y'all got to keep it down while we handle the business really quick. Do y'all have a date of when y'all want to bring this back up? Trustees?
You'll be notified.
Trustee Jerry Jones, do you have a date of when you want to talk about the budget? So nobody got no date, but everybody just tabling stuff. So how do we handle business if we just keep tabling things with no vision in the near future? Board, no date. All right, well, y'all have residents in, no vision, nothing in relation to tabling. And it said that we constantly have to go through this and not have an actual budget. So that means that that's how y'all run y'all households, but we don't run our household that way. You gotta have a budget in place to know what you're going to spend, how you're going to spend, and right now we're just out here. All right, Carlor.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Carlor?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yeah.
Trustee Gray Everett? Did she say anything? Supervisor Henyard?
Definitely not.
Motion passed to table item A and B.
Next on the agenda is approval of bills. Is there a motion to approve the general fund?
I would like to make a motion to,
Hold on, what'd you say, trustee? So move. All right, is there a second? I guess I'll second it. It's been motion and second to approve the general fund bills. Any discussion?
I would like to make an amendment.
All right.
That we pay the bills removing the following invoices. Call hub for $1,000, another call hub for $2,500. I think it's Quality and Finance for $1,237.80. Another Quality and Finance for $1,237.80. We have Hit God 4 separate times. The first one is $900, $1,425, $1,275, $2,550. 3L Media for $125, 3L Media for $600. VO Entertainment, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those for $1,200. 5 of those for $1,200 and 1 for $1,000. Carlos Medina, 2 payments of $250 and 1 payment of $350. Charles J. Williams for $1,200. Emmanuel for $3,000. Illinois Production for $1,900 and another Illinois Production for $150. Nation Builder for $1,966.30. Another Nation Builder for $1,966.30. We have 2 Raheem Allow Nerds, 1 for $500 and 1 for $600. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Santee Shannon, 1 for $8,425 We have state focused media for $5,876.08. And that is my motion to pay the bills, removing those files and
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been motion and second. Any discussion? First, I would like to say, I just think you guys are wrong for not paying the staff. I think last board meeting, you guys said that you agreed to pay the staff. Jerry Jones motioned it. You guys agreed, so for you to take it out of the list again, how do we pay the staff? Because some of those invoices that you just called and named are actual employees here at Thornton Township.
Okay, so I
So
have a question.
why are you not paying staff?
I had a question, so. We did send over a couple of email requests that we're still waiting for a response for. So one of the questions I had is, so I know there are some employees that are on payroll, but they're also submitting contractor invoices, and so I just wanted a little more clarity on that. What is the separation of the work? What are they producing? And so I think there are a lot of questions. I sent the email that I would need to see in order to be able to make an informed decision, but we didn't take the employees out, but the one employee that we didn't take out, they, again, are an employee, but also submitting contractor invoices.
So for the record, you guys come in and meet with the clerk as related to invoices. So if you really had questions, that was your time to ask any questions and get your answers and your responses. As relates to employees do work for our location, and you guys should pay them. If you don't understand something, it's what you call and you ask the question before we get here. Not us have to go back and forth saying why you didn't pay the staff, or if you didn't understand what it was they did before, prior to now, you should still make sure you always pay the employees because they done a job and they should get paid for the job they have completed. So my advice to everybody would be to put the employees back in there that actually work here and make sure that you pay them for the work they have done. I know the last board meeting, a lot of them had pleaded with the board and even got to the mic and said, hey guys, how am I gonna feed my family? I have kids. How am I going to take care of anybody? That's what they said to you guys, especially you, Trustee Gonzalez, and you guys still voted no not to pay those individuals. So their invoice, or whatever you want to call it, is still here on the list because you guys have not agreed to pay it. So are you guys willing to add the staff into payment?
If I may, real
Actually,
quick, I'm sorry.
I would like to make one more removal of that safety bond for $2,000. I did include that one. So I would like to include that one as well.
Again, that's another employee. So why are we not paying employees?
If I may, I was here at 2 p.m. yesterday and there was nothing available to be seen.
Well, everything, I knew you would say that, everything was available because Jerry Jones came here right after you, so that's so funny. But you can say that for the record all you want. But he was here, people called you, if I'm not mistaken, the clerk even called you and said that everything's here. Okay, then say the full, hold on, say the full statement that everything was here at your discretion, everything that you asked for, and you had the opportunity to come and look, because they came. So why didn't you? So stop with all that we're saying. So if you really want the information, hold on, Trustee, if you really wanted that information, you can make sure you get it. Trustee, stop. And I'm responding to your statement. Your statement is false, Trustee. Your statement is false. Trustee, again, if you wanted the information, you could have got the information when you came here. Yes, it was. So how did you get the information and you didn't get the information? It was available. It was available. All right, Carlor.
Trustee Carlor?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? This is a motion to amend the previous motion to approve the budget with the following bills that Trustee Carlisle removed from the list. Supervisor Henyard.
No.
Motion passed.
All right, next, is there a motion to approve the general district fund? Is there a motion? Is there a second? It's been a motion, second, any discussion? Carlor.
Trustee Carlisle.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett.
It's to pay for the general district fund.
All right, Trustee Henyard.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, next, is there a motion to pay the road and bridge fund? Is there a second? The motion, second, any discussion? Carlor.
Trustee Carlisle. Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Jones. Trustee Gray Everett. Supervisor Henyard.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, next, ordinances. Is there a motion to approve an amended ordinance 24-005 to regulate events, expenditures, and budget approvals for Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois? Is there a motion?
Yes, I'll motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Nobody got no discussion? Okay, so this is an ordinance that the Board of Trustees put together. Obviously, they don't ever want to tell y'all what they're doing. This is the one where they wanted to remove certain things that we do here at Thornton Township. One thing is big bingo. I'm gonna read you the items because when I became your supervisor, it's basically all the things that I have brought to Thornton Township that they want to include. So this is what I mean when I tell you that the board are targeting things that the supervisor does here at Thornton Township. Yet, before I got here, wasn't nothing going on. The numbers was 20% people knew about Thornton Township. When I came, now over 80% of our township knows that we exist and now is benefiting from all the services here at Thornton Township. Whether that be light, gas, water, rent, mortgage, every single thing here, we help you. We even help you bury your loved one. So I just wanted you to know all the things that we do. If y'all could keep it down so I can finish, please, thank you. This is the things that they put in this ordinance that they were like halted, and we sent something out regardless. Just to show you how petty they are, because Trustee Carmen put this in here. They put big bingo, bingo, any holiday bingo. If it's bingo, it's bingo. Tech savvy, and that helps the residents with their phones, their iPads. They put Zoom on there, put emails on there. It's actually a really, really great class that we do here for our seniors. Would you please stop? We put this together so that people would know how to utilize their phones and the internet. A lot of times they do not know how to do it. And y'all know AI taking over, computers taking over, and we want seniors to know how to utilize it and what software to put on there. Some people put Facebook on there, TikTok, Instagram, but it's just really, really cool if you come and see what they learn from that one thing. Township Talk. That's something we didn't have here in Thornton Township. Matter of fact, that's tomorrow. If you really want to educate yourself and learn what Thornton Township represents, all the things that we do have for you residents, and all of our surpluses, something that the fake news does not tell you. We actually have surpluses in all our accounts here in Thornton Township, but no one wants to do the research to know where to find the information. So please come out, and that is tomorrow. That way you can learn what goes on. And we teach you about your taxes. Your tax levy, who increased your taxes, where to find it at, how to do FOIAs, and where to get the information from. It's actually really, really cool, but people gotta want the information, and what I've learned is when you got something that's an educational tool, people don't show up in the masses like this. People come for the mess, but they won't come to get educated on things they should know or would like to know that's going on in their own backyard. So some things that we do have currently right now, you can come out tomorrow and hear for yourself, see for yourself, and get the evidence and walk away with it in your hands. So that's one big thing. Another thing they wanted to take away, Black History Month program. Who wants to stop a Black History program? St. Patrick's Day events, Mother's Day events, community bike rides. These all community engagement events that we do here at Thornton Township, which has really, really been going really well throughout the summer. Movie night, Halloween events, Thanksgiving events, Christmas events, Veterans Day events, New Year's events. Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration, that's really dope. We do that here in the lower level, and a lot of people attend that. Valentine's Day events, Women's History Day events, Sunday dinners events, karaoke night, showtime at the Apollo. That's really creative. The kids come out. It's just like how Steve Harvey was on Showtime at the Apollo. It was really interesting to see the kids actually have a lot of talent here in Thornton Township. Etiquette classes, back to school events. The Take the Thornton we just did the other day. That was actually a ton of people showed up throughout the rain. I loved it. Even though it rained, they still came out. Their babies was out there. They were jumping up and down. It was a lot of fun. So I just wanted to point out the things that we actually do here at Thornton Township, because before I came, Taste of Thornton always went on like clockwork every single year. Friends of Tiffany Henyard picnic, comedy show, scholarship banquet. That's something that I created when we came. We gave your kids, your loved ones, over 80 scholarships, up to $2,500 or $3,000, I believe. That was dope. They're looking for that same thing coming up. We're working on giving your babies scholarships again. So if you're watching this and you're interested, make sure you basically check our website so you too can benefit from the scholarship. All they had to do is make a video this time around. Last time they had to write an essay, but they was able to help pay with their room and board, their books, things of that nature. So we really helped a lot of people. That's something Thornton Township never done. Scholarships. The youth summit, that was bringing people together, because I'm real big on teaching and making sure people understand what mental health is and where to get it from, where to get resources from, and how to identify it. Because in the black and brown communities, we don't know what it is as it relates to our kids and our loved ones that suffer from it, and they don't know where to go to get the help. So Thornton Township helps with that. Toy drive, that's really big here at Thornton. I know when I came here, we allow kids to pick their toys up. All you have to do is walk a line and basically pick up whatever you want, like Toys R Us. So people got to pick what dolls they wanted, what games they wanted, compared to before they would wrap the gifts up and put it in a bag, and then people unwrap them, then they don't know what they got. It was something they don't like. So these are all great things that got implemented under the supervisor here, Tiffany Henyard. The other thing we do is tree lighting. Tree lighting is really big. We still do that here outside in the front, and we allow every single community to come out. Guys, please, if you don't want to hear it, there's the door. But you have to listen. Some people in here that wants to hear what I'm saying. So please let me get finished. So tree light, we do that every single year as well, right outside here. And then the festivity is right here in the lower level. People come, they bring their loved ones, and play with them. They make Christmas trees, and then every single city gets to come and decorate their actual tree. So that's us bridging the gap and bringing unity amongst our community. So that's really epic. Food giveaways, again, I don't know why they got that on here. That's my department, meaning GA. That's something that the Board of Trustees cannot control, but they put it on here anyway. All the food giveaways that we have it for you residents. If you don't have food, if you need food delivered to your house, all you gotta do is call, sign up, and we'll bring it and drop it off. If you want to go to the pantry every single Wednesday, you can stop there and get food from the actual food pantry. And it's fresh produce as well as bread. But I just want you to know that's there. Something new that we just did is Cooking with Tiff. Cooking with Tiff meaning your supervisor. So what we do is we allow people to come in and cook with your supervisor, and you get to show the world your recipe that your grandma, your uncle, your cousin have taught you, and you get to make that here in Thornton Township. And it has been really helpful. It airs tomorrow, and on Friday you can pick up those same items that we showed you on Wednesday outside here on Friday. So we have the fresh ground beef. We have everything in the box to make meatloaf or hamburgers or cheeseburgers. So the reason for that is just to showcase the talents throughout Thornton Township. So anybody can sign up to cook with me, and anybody can sign up to share their recipe, to show somebody else how you cook your item at home. What else we got? We got house music fast. We got workout sessions. I'm real big on workout because the life is short. Make sure you get your steps in every day. Please come and work out with us. We do that. We have President's Day events. So these are all the great events that we do here at Thornton Township. They added in ordinance form, and that's the reason why we're trying to educate people to come to speak up for the things that you really enjoy here at Thornton. Because there's a lot of great things that we put in place, and there's a lot of great people that comes here and benefit from all of the wonderful activities that we do. And I always try to encourage residents, if it's something that you want us to add or change, let us know, because we are open always to your opinion and your suggestions here at Thornton Township. And that's how we was able to get our numbers up by 80%, because we listened to the people. The people came in, gave an opinion of what they thought it should be. We implemented it. If it worked, it stayed. If it did not, we let it go. So I just wanted to read this ordinance off of the things that they was targeting as relates to things we have created for you residents in Thornton Township. So, it was a motion and
So
a
if I may, we're still under discussion. Obviously, this ordinance is in no way looking to eliminate these things. However, the purpose of the ordinance, I'll just read it. The purpose of this ordinance is to regulate the budgeting and expenditure processes for events organized by Thornton Township, ensuring proper oversight, approval, and adherence to set financial limits. Now, if you can, or the administration can adhere to some financial limits, we're not looking to necessarily cut stuff out. However, if you're going to make a decision to do things that benefit you, the administration, rather than help the people, that's your decision. We're not saying that, for the record.
Trustee, that is not true. That is not true. You guys have been targeting the events and all the things from the last couple of months. The last board meeting about 2 months ago, you guys didn't even vote to pay anybody or any service. So stop it. You then put together this ordinance to say you want to stop the monthly events that we do every single month. So when you're going to read it in its entirety so people understand. Don't take one sentence out, because if you go and you break it down, you will see exactly what the Board of Trustees are trying to do. Because if they wanted events to continue, for instance, we had the Taste of Thornton. Why didn't you guys approve any of the things for Taste of Thornton? We had a book bag giveaway. Why didn't you guys approve anything for the book bag giveaway? But we have to still keep going here at Thornton Township. So they can clap, you can try to make it sound good all you want, but that is not what they're trying to do. Because if they don't approve it, then how do we give it out to you residents? And let's back up. Why do you think I keep asking for a budget? You move within a budget. Ain't no keep going back to the board for every single thing. Just like y'all did in the previous administration, when Frank was here, you have a budget for every single thing. So every single thing you have a budget for is what you are allowed to spend within your budget. But you guys won't even approve a budget. So how do you operate if you don't have a budget to produce these things for the residents of Thornton Township? All right, so it's been a motion and a second. You can call the roll, please. And I'm not for this, just for the record. I think you guys should amend this.
Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee Jones? Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henyard?
No.
Motion passed.
Is there a motion to approve an amended ordinance 24-006 to establish a retail credit card net 30 policy for Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and second. Any discussion? Why y'all ain't never got nothing to say and y'all don't want to make the ordinances? Y'all want to educate the people on what y'all want to do, what y'all trying to do? Anything?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I can read the sentence again, but I mean, just overall, we're just, look, we need to put some safeguards in place to regulate what's spent on the credit cards. I mean, that's. Now, it was discussed last time that there may be some back and forth. We're open to that. It's imperative that we get this passed. If you want to come forward with some amendments or to make some changes, we can do that. But it's imperative we get this passed tonight.
All right. So for the record, you guys know that I'm totally against how you guys structured this. I said this at the prior meeting, that's why I did not pass. You guys did call the vote and it died because you guys are just writing things and didn't ask anybody their opinion. As it relates to laws, us as a board are supposed to discuss it, come up with a plan, and execute it. You guys have not included the body in its entirety, nor did you include the staff. They are the ones that do the spending. They are the ones that do the operation as relates to the day-to-day. You guys put things in there like $1,000. Each of their departments spending more than $1,000 on lunches for the seniors, on youth and family programs. We told y'all this at the last meeting, and we're telling you this again. I am not for how you guys drew this ordinance up. And I'm not for having a credit card. You guys wrote my name in here. So do not add my name in something that I do not agree with. So for those that don't know and ain't read this, they added my name to get a card. I do not want a credit card. I do not deal with money. I don't deal with anything as a check. So please do not add my name in something that I did not even agree to, trustees. So you should amend that. I don't even know why y'all made an amendment and added it in this. So please remove supervisor from this ordinance. And I think you guys should replace it, as we told you before, with a manager. I told y'all that because the managers are the ones that buy for their departments. So I don't work here every day as it relates to in no one's department. So I wouldn't know if they needed some food for a senior. All they would do is go buy what they need for their department. Once again, that's the purpose of a budget. If you have a budget, you telling them what they can spend within their department. And all of them produce receipts. Every single department does. People that didn't produce receipts no longer work for Thornton Township. So let's be crystal clear about that. But please remove my name from this because I'm not for this. Whoever did this amendment, and I was told that Trustee Kerman made this amendment, and I'm not for it. So remove supervisor from here. I see y'all put the finance director on here, and then you put supervisor with the finance director. So let's strike that down. Ain't no pass this with my name, so no to that. And then I see that you guys strike $1,000 and put $10,000 only in the case of emergencies. Again, Tony department, which is all of them basically, he spent more than that off of if a truck or a bus breakdown. So do IT, which Robert Hunt explained that to you. Our computers, our service, things go down. Cost $5,000 for just one computer. So I'm saying that you guys, because you so much attacking supervisor, that y'all not thinking about the overall picture. And I told y'all should talk to your staff before making a law that don't make sense for the staff on a day-to-day operation. You have to understand how they operate daily in their needs. Not just making laws and then now it does not work. Now how you accept. You made a rule, a law that they can't abide by because their operation needs more than what you wrote as a law. So talk to the staff. I think you should go back to the drawing board or adjust or amend right here, right now, or go back to the drawing board. One of the two you should do. But do not, please remove me from this. I'm not for that ordinance. So y'all want to make an amendment?
Motion to approve ordinance 24-006 as.
Okay, well, I'll motion to amend that, take supervisor off like I just said. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all want y'all way. I'm adding in this laws because I don't want a credit card. So I'm making a motion. That we amend this ordinance as relates to a supervisor having anything to do with credit card. Is there a second for my motion?
I have something to say based on.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me amend this first.
No, it's discussion for the first motion.
Well, I'm trumping the motion first, so I can trump the motion. Do I have a second? Okay, it's a motion and a second to trump their motion. So you got it. It's myself and Darlene. Y'all got me all the way on that. So now what you got to say? Now discussion. Remove supervisor. Now go ahead.
Okay, so they did request that there be an additional card because the original ordinance did only have the finance director, Robert Hunt, listed. And According to my knowledge, I know the previous administration for 29 years only had one credit card, and they were able to successfully handle township business with that one credit card. And I know that there are a lot of things going on, a lot of spending, a lot of questions that sometimes don't get answered. But one thing I will say is I know the supervisor is bonded, so anything she does is protected under that bond. So I think that it is her responsibility to make sure she knows what's going on with the money. It's her responsibility to have a credit card again. You know, the previous administration had one credit card for 29 years, and I think that, you know, moving forward, we have to figure out some things. And again, like Trustee Gonzalez said, we're open to receiving any amendments via email, and we'll look at it and discuss it as a board and do what's best for township as a whole moving forward.
All right, so that we crystal clear. The township did have a credit card, one credit card for 29 years. And y'all had a lot of theft going on here in the township. And so let's be crystal clear about that. So y'all got all that going on. Number 2, if y'all pay attention to how anybody operation runs, every department head has a card because they are responsible for transparency. If you give one card to one person, you don't know who got it, who spent on it, what the receipt at. You don't want one card. Right now, we can go and look up, hey, Carmen was in Walmart today and she bought a TV. You can literally point out where somebody's at and who swiped that card, because that name goes to that person's card. That's why you want every single department to have their own card, so that now they're accountable for their spending. We're not doing one credit card. There's no accountability for one credit card, and that's not how operations work. And as it relates to the finance director, we said this at the last meeting. Why would we give the finance director a card? That is not his job to run to the store and buy stuff for anybody. That is the department head's job. As it relates, that's how y'all don't know. Listen. As it relates to finances, that boy has a whole degree. He's supposed to basically go and check and make sure that the finances are in order. That's it. That's it. That's how he's checked. And he don't supposed to go to the store and buy stuff. That's what the department head is supposed to do for that department. So everybody loses sight of the why for credit cards, the convenience for the credit card for a department. It has nothing to do with the finance director having it. It has nothing to do with nobody else, meaning besides the department head, to have it to basically account for their spending for their department. If you go check any of our things here at Thornton Township, you will see anybody have the car, what they spent it on, it got their name back, and they should have receipts for anything that they have spent. So I just want to point that out. So all this talk about we just gonna make this a law? No, we not. So we're gonna remove supervisor. You can replace that with a manager. I don't care who you pick really for the manager. It could have been Tony Paul right here. It could be anybody. But pick one person other than supervisor for the department head. And we should have had this discussion before. I'm tired of them getting up here saying, send y'all an email. I'm not sending you no emails. I told you this at the last meeting, and I'm verbally telling y'all again. Don't add me in nothing, because I got nothing to do with the data that they as relates to their departments. They are responsible for their departments. They know what they need for their departments. My advice, again, is to go speak to them and ask them their opinion of what is needed for spending for each department. Before you guys put a law together of something you know nothing about, meaning they need more than what you wrote in here. And IT alone. That alone needs more than what you wrote. But you guys will know that. Even when they was getting all this spyware and all these issues, they needed a lot more than what you wrote. And y'all know that because they told y'all about it. So my advice again is to amend this ordinance and make sure it makes sense for the needs of the township and not what the board of trustees want it to say. You have to go with the needs, and that's the department heads. So there's a motion and second on the floor to remove supervisor from this ordinance, replace it with a manager, not me, and we'll go from there.
All right.
All right.
Trustee Gonzalez?
No.
Trustee Jones? Trustee Carlisle?
No.
Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henyard? Motion failed.
All right. To let y'all know how this is gonna work. I'm not taking no credit card. I don't care what y'all vote for in here. I never seen no mess like this ever in my life. Somebody sitting here trying to make somebody take a card. That's sickening. That's sickening in itself. So just so y'all clear, managers will have cars to do the day-to-day application. Y'all can write whatever law you want. I'm telling you what it is for a fact. And then y'all know that. So you can vote on however you want. I just told y'all to put my name in something, but you still did. So please remove me from this ordinance once again, and relate to credit cards.
There's still a motion and second on the floor to approve.
All right, so y'all wanna amend that? They can say no all they want. I don't listen to them. I do not listen to them. No, I do not. That is fact. I'm letting y'all know right now. I don't care what y'all write. I don't care what you write. I'm telling you, I'm not taking no cards. So if you guys are here trying to make me take a card, make that make sense. Why we debating over who takes the card? Don't tell y'all I don't want the card. Why we? Hold on, guys. Give me a minute. Stop. This is my life. Stop. Carmen, Jerry, and Chris. Please take me off of this ordinance. Are you guys gonna take me off this ordinance? Y'all just stuck in y'all way. If I'm telling y'all I don't want something, you just gonna I gotta get a second card. Trustee Jerry, you just gonna vote why? What's your why? What's your why? What you mean you don't have a why? You gotta have a why. Why? You gotta have a why. But that's what I'm talking about. Y'all just up here voting blindly or giving them a vote. You don't got a why. So why did you add me in the ordinance, Trustee? Why? Hold on, Trustee. It ain't about how to take it. If I'm telling you up front, in front of the people, that I don't want a car, why would you put me in this?
Motion to call the votes.
I'm telling you. So why? So what's the why? What's the why, Trustee Jerry? Trustee Jerry, why? Oh no, it's discussion. And you don't want to be here. That's fine. We're having a discussion. I want to answer to my question of why. Why do you have to so why do you give me a call? Trustee. Why would you vote on something someone's saying they do not want? Make that make sense to me. And you tell me you don't have a why. You ain't got a why for why you're voting to give me a card and I'm telling you I don't want. How you put me in a law and I'm telling you I don't want to be part of any of that. We have managers here to do it. I would like to know that after, Trustee. Because I don't think that's fair to me. I don't think you guys are being understanding for this. I just don't. And I think you should do better. I think you guys have the opportunity to change it, to fix it. I think you have the opportunity to add a manager in it, as it should be with any organization. I think you guys should amend what you guys are trying to do currently right now. So what are we gonna do? Y'all gonna amend it? Are y'all gonna amend it?
I think Trustee Gonzalez made a motion to vote the ordinance as read. And I second the motion. Can we end debate and call the roll?
Well, no, we're still in debate because it's got to do with my name. It's got to do with my name. So it's still in discussion. So it got to do with my name. If y'all don't want to say nothing, don't say nothing. So, Carmen, why do you have my name on this ordinance? Chris, why is my name on this ordinance? Why?
It's called leadership.
Leadership, that's so let me explain something to you. This is how I know that you guys don't know how to run a business and don't know nothing about leadership. Leadership don't work as it relates to a credit card. I'm not going to go to no store for nobody. So make it make sense. This is a joke. Leadership is you give it to the managers and they run a department. Leadership is not you add my name on the card and I'm telling you I do not want it. That makes no sense. And I'm asking you guys to remove me from this ordinance. And I'm telling you, hold on. And I'm telling you I don't want this. I don't want this. I'm telling you that. So, remove me from it. Remove me from it. Well, I'm just telling y'all, I pleaded enough with y'all. I've asked y'all enough for this. So, I'm going to let it be what it be, because I already told you I'm not taking it. I don't want it. And I think you should remove supervisor out of this ordinance that you guys created. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You want to do it. You guys want to remove it. All right, call the roll. And just for the record, for the 18th time, I don't want anything to do with a credit card. I already told people that, so thank you. All right, go ahead.
Trustee Carlisle? Trustee Jones? Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett? Supervisor Henyard?
Definitely not.
Motion passed.
So next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve the retainer agreements with LDC as to represent the Thornton Township and Thornton Township officials in the cases? Lawrence versus Thornton Township, Thrash versus Thornton Township, Dukes versus Thornton Township. Is there a motion? Do y'all want a motion for legal? So move, second. Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
I have discussion, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I know that you selected this attorney for these cases, but it came to my attention that this attorney represents you in a personal matter. So I just want to know, is that a conflict of interest?
So first of all, I didn't necessarily pick the attorney. He do represent myself, Keith Freeman, and other people as well is represented by this law firm. So we had to put it on here so that the person can go and represent us here at the township. So he don't just represent Tiffany Henyard, he represents everybody that they name. Anybody that got named is in here. So for us to sit here and go back and forth over legal help, the whole thing is to protect the township. That's what the township.
Okay, just the question was, is it a conflict of interest? That's my question.
No, you don't have a conflict of interest.
Attorney, can you, is that a conflict of interest?
I'm not familiar with the details of
Darlene getting smart footage while we'll strike in the camera.
Get a legal opinion on conflict of interest. Ring.
Get an attorney a mic.
Table until you get a written legal opinion. Turn on the mic. Table until you get a written legal opinion.
Please put the house rules in the chat.
based on what you expressed, I'm not aware of any. Based on what you
You got something? Go ahead.
Only thing I wanted to say is that the Derek Carlor Law Firm did look over each retainer agreement. So they did look over it to make sure it was in compliance with state law. They did, not Attorney Eric, but other people asked for it.
No, my question
But,
is.
yeah, were they aware of the other parts of it?
Conflict of interest?
That's my.
Table until you get a written legal opinion.
Oh, I can't speak for that.
So Board of Trustees, just so that we're not out here without legal representation, you guys, what do you want to do? What do you want to do, guys? What do you guys want to do, you guys?
Motion to table.
You want to table it to when? But this is what I'm talking about. Why did y'all, if y'all had questions, like seriously, hold on, seriously, no. If you had questions or concerns about this, why did y'all reach out to anybody? Y'all call the lawyers to draw up ordinances. Why didn't y'all ask the lawyers about legal opinion? Why would we get here and y'all don't even know what deadline exists currently right now? If we have to go to court this week, y'all don't know any of that. And that's stuff you shouldn't play with. I just want to play with that. It's to represent Thornton Township. Thornton Township. Our job is to protect the township. All the personal stuff y'all gotta put to the side. Y'all have to do that. I would not be without this dry like that. So would y'all like to approve this individual's qualification?
I have a question. So is there any way the attorney can advise if there's time sensitive matters, or do you know the answer to that question?
I don't know when it's due. I know it is a deadline on it. When they give you papers, it's a deadline on it. Well, it was a deadline way a week ago. Y'all had it on y'all special meeting. So I know y'all had it special meeting. So we had to put it on the 20th. So we didn't put it out.
I think I would second the motion to table it, and we could come back maybe in 2 days.
Well, just so y'all know, life don't work like that. Y'all just keep popping up meetings like people don't have personal lives. This is our second meeting. I had a special meeting 4 days ago. Now we had a regular meeting. Why would we table something that's got to do with Thornton Township? The whole thing is to protect Thornton Township. Y'all too busy making it about Tiffany and not protecting Thornton Township. When that person basically covers everybody. I'm not the only individual. It covers every single person. And as Robert Hunt just told y'all, what he said? Delgado have looked over this already. If Delgado looked over it already, what are we doing? He looked over it. So if it was a conflict, it would be on the agenda. So what would y'all like to do? Trustee Jerry, what would you like to do? So y'all just want to take this? So y'all don't care whatever we got going on? It is, because if y'all care or y'all saw the agenda, y'all can call and ask questions about something. This is what I'm talking about. We get to board meetings every single time. We don't have to go here. Then I got a question. The question got answered before we got here. When you go watch other people's board meetings,
right now.
when you go other people's board,
We're willing to listen to it right now.
Listen
You
to
have
what?
information.
of course I don't. Why would I have information? Ask the lawyer. Ask the lawyer.
You're asking us to vote
Why
on
you
something
don't
you're saying
have?
is important,
Why
yet
you
you're
don't
not
have?
giving us any.
Because I don't know the dates right now. I don't know the dates. It's for a lawyer to protect the township.
So when are the deadlines?
So if you wanted to know that, y'all should have asked before we got here, and y'all didn't.
Tell us right
Then
now.
y'all get here and we didn't answer all the questions.
Discuss. Tell us right now.
He said there's no easy way to find it out right at this moment. So, all right, motion is second. Y'all have to do so wrong. So wrong.
All right. Trustee Jones? Trustee Carlor? Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett?
She said no, and I said no.
Supervisor Henyard?
Our job as a board is to protect the township, guys. No matter what people feel about someone, what someone's opinion is, you always protect the house. But anyway, next on the agenda is, I'm gonna give you Supervisor Report really quick. Saturday, August 10th, we had the back to school giveaway. It was really dope. A ton of people showed up. It was in the village of Dawson. The police department was from 3 to 7 p.m. That was great. August 15th, we had big bingo down here, jam packed as always. We had over 500 people come. So sign up, guys, because y'all really enjoyed big bingo. And I love hanging with y'all. And that's the day they did the little special board meeting upstairs. And to some of y'all that showed up, that was waiting in the hall, today you get to voice your opinion if you did not at that time. Wednesday, August 28th, that's tomorrow, Township Talk, as I discussed earlier. So if you want to hear anything as related to the township, what we do, what we've been up to, things of that nature, what's coming up, come here. It starts at 5 o'clock, August 29th, Tech Savvy, that's the class I was speaking of, where you can learn how to do things on your phone or download stuff on your phone. And then Sunday, September 1st, we got the Friends of Tiffany Henyard picnic. That will really be dope. Show up, show out, come and love on each other, because at the end of the day, I can tell y'all, I have to love on each other. Life is too short. All the mess, all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters, y'all gotta put that to the side, because they will not be anywhere to be found when you are in your time of need, I guarantee it. When you're in your time of need, you're calling Tiffany Henyard, you're calling Thornton Township, you're calling us to help you with whatever that is. So all I'm telling you is, y'all have to leave with love so that the youth see you in a different light. But when the youth see us arguing, bickering, fighting, they don't have nothing to look up to, guys. And y'all have to do better. All this heckling, all these things, I wouldn't want my kids to look up to people like that either. We gotta do better. And I want y'all to do better by being an example for the youth, by showing them a different person, and by showing them that in the black and brown communities, we all can get along and we can have a difference of opinion, but also be on one accord at the end. That's what I would like to show for Thornton Township. It should not always be division. It should not always be all this hostile environment, because guess what? The DNC said, look how we acting. It said that we're acting like this. You got a whole president that's going to come up, like literally first female president, and that's black, that will make it. Y'all gotta want more. So I'm putting that stuff out just so that you guys can see a different point of view, and hopefully it'll resonate with some of you in the crowds or some of you that's watching this. So again, thank you for coming out for Township Board Meeting. Hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow that wants to learn something that the township does. Now we have public comment, right? Public comment is next.
But before we do public comment, I just want to remind everyone, there is a presidential election, November 5th. Early voting will begin October 21st through November 4th. If you know someone who needs to register to vote, they can come to the clerk's office Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 to register to vote.
Thank you.
Dan Lee.
All right.
Testing. Okay, first of all, I'd like to start with a couple of suggestions from the trustees, something that really needs to be done to make these things go a little smoother. First of all, on a policy note, I think you guys should really put a forensic audit on the next agenda. As you can see, all these different expenditures and things that never, receipts are rarely given, and there's always this conflict about the receipts and so forth. A forensic audit is the way to go. You should really consider that. And make sure it's independent, please. Another suggestion, it's more important to have a meeting like this than it is to have bingo! So, I'm suggesting that all the town hall meetings should be down here as a matter of course. As a matter of course. If there's a conflict, you can change dates one way or the other, but everything should be down here.
Yes.
So everyone can have access. Upstairs, I know personally, I stood in line for 2 hours, couldn't get in the room. But, it's cool, because I learned a lot out there. I learned that some people are cultists instead of citizens. And I talked to a few of them. And, one thing I really want to bring up. If I was late, one time I was an hour and a half late a few months ago, over half an hour late, even an hour and a half late, starting at 5:30. The meeting didn't start till almost 7 o'clock. I would at least offer an apology to the people that sat here and waited for the people down to show up and do what they do. I mean, you would think that you would get an apology, but again, you have to have a little class for that. Oh yeah, and I heard something about a scholarship fund. I just hope that scholarship fund paid off better than the cancer fund did. I really do. We all know what that was all about. And nobody that I know of has gotten a dime out of that, except the people whose names were on there, or some of the people whose names was on there.
The people whose name wasn't on that money. There you go.
And we had a musical event in Dalton this past weekend, Saturday? Okay. I'm wondering, since it was held in Dalton, and since Dalton facilities were used, possibly some Dalton personnel, things of that nature, is there some way we're getting compensated for that? Since we always get the short shift when we come in here, we don't want to get about Dalton, yada. But if you're going to hold things in Dalton, and if you're going to do this right, we should be getting compensated for some of those facility usages and things that happen in our community.
Time, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Chris, Danowski.
Tiffany Henyard, as supervisor, you should be a steward of our tax dollars. However, you have wasted our money on lavish travel, fine dining, fake cancer foundations, parties, extravagant bingo prizes, and personal campaign materials. Yes, I said personal. I saw all those tents at your poorly attended Taste of Thornton Township event last weekend with your name displayed in large letters. Keith Price commented a few months ago at a meeting about how Thornton Township was a laughingstock to the nation. I partially agree with that, except that it's a laughingstock of the world. And it's not us being laughed at. It's you, Tiffany, and Keith Price, and Mr. Lacey. They got all kinds of nicknames for you out there in YouTube land, but I'm sure you're aware of that.
Test. Good evening, everyone. I'm gonna be brief, okay? My name is Nate Fields. All right, I'm here today to stand up against the bullying and intimidation tactics being used by those who are supposed to represent us. Last Thursday, I was physically pushed against the window of the outside of this building by Kamal Woods, Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend, during a special board meeting. But this wasn't just an attack on me. It was an attempt to silence anyone who dares speak up against the misuse of our tax dollars. But I want to make it clear. I would not be intimidated, and I would not back down. This community deserves better than leaders who spend our hard-earned money irresponsibly while resorting to bullying to maintain their power. Amen. I'm here to fight for transparency, accountability, and respect for every resident. Together, we can ensure that our voices are heard and that our community is protected from those who seek to abuse their powers, their positions. Thank you.
Robertz. I'm sorry, Ms. Bogan. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ms. Bogan. If there's not a Ms. Bogan, then Ms. Roberts, you go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. When I was a child, from the ages of 9 through 11, I was sexually molested by close family members. I was made to believe that if I said something, no one would believe me. I became silent. My voice was lost in a sea of depression. I experienced low self-esteem, loss of identity, became unsure of who I was or who I would become. When I became a mother of a beautiful girl, I vowed that what happened to me would never happen to her. But unfortunately, as a single working mom, I could not protect her from the generational curse that plagued my family. I often think about if I could change back time, and if my baby girl, who is now 32 years old, would have felt safe enough to tell me what was happening to her, what I would have done to those who abused her. Vanilla Dukes was sexually assaulted on a Thornton Township sponsored trip, allegedly by Andrew Holmes, who is still on your board, Tiffany, and Dalton. Instead of protecting her, you fired her and kept her violator as your ally. He is one of many criminals working for you. Your boyfriend, Kamal Woods, is drawing a generous salary for a position he has yet to report on. However, he allegedly felt the need to put his hands on Nate Fields Jr. less than a week ago. Is that part of why he was hired at the township? Why is it that you would rather have criminals to defend you as opposed to providing counseling for those who have been abused sexually, mentally, or physically? Isn't it better to spend tax dollars on services the silent residents with low self-esteem need and stand up on your campaign events like Taste of Thornton Township and Big Bingo? And January, in this very room, Tiffany, you told the world that you are Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Did you forget that his dream was that someday people would be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin? I will leave you with this thought. All nightmares come to an end, and so will this one.
Mr. Robertz, Paul Robertz.
Good evening. I last made public comments here in June and May, but the supervisor did not wish what I was going to say, so she limited me to 2 minutes and prevented me from questioning the attorney or the clerk. I hope, given the time that we had to wait to get into this meeting, the time that we had to wait for other meetings, and the time that was taken away from me previously, and my going easy on the supervisor for the last 2 months, I may be able to read the entire one page that's in front of me. If not, I'm happy to get you copies. Anyway, I will continue from where my last comment was cut off. She would not let my wife complete it, so I wanted to continue talking about how at least $550,000 of February's $1 million giveaway was not used for the intended purpose, and how the Attorney General ordered the township to give me the information I requested through FOIA. They still have not. I wanted to mention how the township refuses to state who their FOIA officer is, and how they have made it almost impossible for the Attorney General's office to contact them. I wanted to talk about how the township's IT department no longer lists any email on the township website, nor do they give us any way to contact our trustees. I wanted to mention how the administration monitors emails and text messages between trustees and their constituents. But given the time restraints, instead, I want to just start answering the number one question that people ask about Thornton Township. Why is Tiffany Henyard still in office? Please bear with me while I try to answer that question. Much of the credit for her successful criminal career goes to her well-connected attorneys. Her preference for the Delgado Law Group, known by many mayors and powerful people in Springfield, is so strong that she fired 2 longtime township employees who opposed hiring Delgado for the school board. But she doesn't mind spending our tax dollars to settle the wrongful termination lawsuits that she invited. Other well-connected attorneys helped her overturn the citizens' recall election in Dalton. Furthermore, Thornton Township spends $20,000 per month on lobbying, public relations, and political consulting. $5,000 per month goes to the mentor of the chairman of the state Senate's Appropriation Committee. Frank Zuccarelli only paid him $4,000 a month. $5,000 a month goes to a media consultant called Whitley Agency. I know that they take PayPal, given the credit card statements this township has. Look at the great job they did advising her on the last 2 Saturdays campaign events in Dalton. $10,000 per month goes to Cornerstone Government Affairs for political consulting. Now that's an interesting one. In February, when the supervisor was in Roland Martin's studio, there was a meeting here anyway. Several of these invoices were on $10,000.
Your time is up,
on the
sir.
warrant list.
Sorry.
Trustee Gonzalez asked what they were for. No one in the room could tell you.
Your time is up.
3 of the trustees
Your time is up. It's been 3 minutes.
to approve them anyway.
Hello, your time is up.
Cornerstone's website shows that the leader of the Illinois team was
Your
previously
time
the
is
senior
up.
advisor to Michael Madigan,
Who is the next
and a
person?
longtime political director of the Democratic Caucus in the Illinois House
Thelma
of
Price.
Representatives.
Thelma Price, your time is up.
Tell her her
Your time is up. Your time is up. It's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. You're almost at 4 minutes. You're almost at 4 minutes.
All Woods and Lewis Lacey.
Your time is up. You guys, your time is up. Your time is up, sir. Sir, your time is up, sir.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Sir, your time is up.
Once disaster struck,
Your time is up, sir. Your time is up. Your time is up. You guys don't have no order. You get 3 minutes. Your time is up. What's the person who said, Elma?
premiums to the Democratic Party of Illinois.
Thelma Price. Thelma Price, you're next. Your time is up, sir. You have 4 minutes. Your time is up. Yes, it is.
Protection in Springfield.
Excuse me, your time is up.
Law enforcement agencies actually.
Your time is up. Okay, security, his time is up, security. His time is up, security. Security, his time is up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. His time is up. All right, go ahead. Now it's your turn. All right, you got 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Thelma Price. And everybody that's in this room, we have to really stay focused because the supervisor seems to think giving parties and bingos that is going to win us over. And we got to stay focused on what's really happening. They're trying to hide all the money that's being stolen. And I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I was appalled when they came out with this fake charity, because I know how it is when you're trying to look for help when you have cancer. And I just felt that that was the lowest thing that she could ever do, is to go against people that are battling cancer. And I feel that they need to get that money back to the township. That was illegal, and that attorney that's sitting next to her allowed her to do that, the Delgado group, knowing that that was illegal for them to be giving her private fake charity money. We need our money back, and we're not going to take anybody intimidating us or anything. I've had Kamal Woods walk past me and say some slick stuff. But baby, no, you're not gonna scare me, you're not gonna intimidate me because I have a voice. And you gotta understand, this woman has destroyed Dalton. So, and I'm gonna tell you something, she cannot be the best in Thornton Township and then destroy a whole village in Dalton. And the same thing is happening over here, is happening in Dalton, is happening here now. They're not being transparent. They don't want to tell you. They got Robert Hunt in the front cooking the books, lying to you people, saying that we're not in the red. That is a lie. But I commend these trustees. They're standing up for us. And I thank you all. You got to put a watch on that money and those credit cards because she was saying, hey, the department heads are supposed to have it. It's times they can swipe the card and had the village of Dalton paying for something and it should have been the Thornton Township. So they just rotating these cards, doing what they want to do. And that should not be happening. Dalton is we're destroyed. We are destroyed. And then we have a takeover where one man is taking over the whole damn police department. But we will not be intimidated. So you guys stay woke about what's happening out here in Thornton Township. They're doing the same thing and they're stealing from you all. And for the people, I love my seniors. You cannot choose bingo over what's going on. That is crazy. Because you're going to pay. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. It's going to come back and bite you. You're excited over these big screen TVs. They're stealing from you all. They're stealing from you all. Remember that. And like she's telling us, we got to respect us. We respect her. She don't respect y'all. Y'all remember that when it's time to vote. She does not respect y'all. She does not respect y'all.
Gardis Watts.
They don't know who I know. Act like a thug if you want to. Take me out of retirement.
Greetings, Madam Supervisor, trustees, administrators, residents. As this administration continues to attempt to spin the narrative of how well they're doing, the township continues to descend into madness. The presence of the supervisor has created a toxic environment where political figures and administrators have used unethical tactics for intimidation and harassment. You have also given the license to your subordinates to use these tactics to attempt for character assassination. In my hands are 2 FOIA requests by Mr. Keith Price, which was filed this past May to my former employer here in the township and my current employer at the school district, asking for everything personal, including disciplinary write-ups. Mr. Price is here. I don't have disciplinary write-ups. This type of behavior has also given non-resident opportunists to a license to act as predators when they present themselves as advocates and activists. One particular make-believe activist that goes by the name of Jedediah Brown.
Watch your mouth.
He has a video on YouTube channel telling his followers that he sent investigators to my job asking about me and my co-workers, telling them that people at my job don't like me.
They don't.
I guess since his secret friend Keith Price came up empty, he has to come up with some unsubstantiated narratives in an attempt to ruin my reputation. And there are plenty of stories of people who have been overnight amateur investigators when they're nothing but small-time hooligans. Over the past 3 months, friends have become enemies and enemies have become friends. And you're showing your brain right now. To the supervisor, what you have done here cannot be blamed on fake news. FBI subpoenas and grand juries are not the fault of the media. To the residents of this township, I sincerely urge you to find within yourselves to help change the direction of the township. Whether you vote out the supervisor and the entire trustee board. Something needs to change soon. There are legislators in the Illinois General Assembly still itching to abolish the township in the state. And if this type of government that the Thornton Township is going to have from this point on, then what's to stand in their way? If we keep this up, they will come and burn it down.
Trena Downs.
I'll wait till y'all ready. And so, if anybody harasses me while I'm speaking, I'll call the Attorney General for an open violation on intimidation and harassment. I'll wait. So I want everybody to make this make sense to me. You're concerned about the spending at Thornton Township. You're trying to put her on a credit card that she does not want. Why would you do that? Also, she has a $3,000, right? She can write as many $3,000 checks as she wants with no cap here in Thornton Township. Why hasn't anyone created an ordinance to stop that or limit the amount of checks? That's the same thing that goes on in Dalton. She can write as many $5,000 checks as she wants without board approval. Just like here, she can write as many $3,000 denomination checks as she wants without board approval. So why haven't you guys done anything to cap that? Carmen, I'm glad you spoke, because you spoke about the supervisor being bonded and us having nothing to worry about. Seeing that you have a background that's been posted numerous times in check fraud, as well as Keith Freeman having a felony background, you two should be bonded as well for the protection of Thornton Township. Anybody with a criminal background should be bonded in any municipal job that there is. And she's bonded. When you hear them say she's bonded, I'm asking for all criminals to be bonded. Thank you so much. Now, furthermore, who is? Right. Okay. Now, the board wants proper spending to be made. You guys tabled the budget, but for 4 months, from April to August, you had substantial amount of time to take out whatever you need to take out of the budget and have this budget passed. You cannot control spending if you don't have a budget. How do you do that? How do you know what's going to be allotted where? And you tabled it to an unknown date and time. And Ms. Robertz answered the question to why the Vania Dukes lawsuit is against Thornton Township, because that was a Thornton Township sanctioned trip. And for a long time, I've been confused in media because it seems like that was a Dalton sanctioned trip. So all of this co-mixing of governments, co-mixing, however I choose to state it, right? And you guys have a lot to say about how she speaks and how she's educated. So I suggest you guys pay attention to District 205 because that's where she was educated. In District 205, where they have a disparity in learning in their schools. So all you criminals get bonded.
Next is Janelle Taylor.
I should probably say good night since we've been here such a long time. First thing I want to say is, I don't know if the supervisor, well I'm sure she does, has seniors in her family. But you don't treat seniors like this. You don't have us sitting around an hour while you have a meeting upstairs that you won't let people come to, because I tried to go up there. And you had it advertised on the screen back there so we could see that you were conducting a meeting upstairs. So I tried to go up there, Because at one time, I think that's the clerk, she was down here and then she goes up to the meeting. And there are papers being passed around, there are people signing stuff, there's somebody showing them, pointing stuff out to them. I don't know what it was, but they would not let me in. Two of your security staff did not let me in and said that it was full, no seats. But there were seats, because I could see them on the way down here. Now, another thing is, why are you trying to hold two meetings? You wanted people to come up there, but you know you have a lot of citizens down here that want to be a part of the meeting. They want to be involved, they want to know what's going on. You can't have a meeting up there with just majority of the people on your staff or in your corner, and not the people who might be against you or might be for you. You are wrong in that. Then you come out and you're going down the steps. I was told by one guy it wasn't a meeting. Well, I don't know, was something, what was it, a party? Was it a Thanksgiving gathering? What was it? It's a bunch of people under there. And then you try to make people, you try to limit us to 3 minutes, but we can't limit you to getting here on time. So why punish us and say we can only speak for 3 minutes, but you can hold us hostage for as long as you want? Sometimes come down and cancel a meeting, or come down and we have chaos. This is not fair. And I'm not even going to apologize, but I did say to some of those individuals, look, I said to the policeman, and I said to the gentleman over there, I don't know what he is. Okay, I don't know what his position is, and I'm not sure other people know either. There's a bunch of lap dogs around here. And I guess you just rubs your fur and pat you on your head or whatever. I know that you have to have a job, because I understand that. You have to have a job, you have to feed your family, and sometimes you have to play along with the powers that be. But you look at Miss Tiffany up there, she's not even paying attention to anybody but they say, the only time she raises her head is when time is up. And she wants to holler, time is up. Are you afraid? Are you a coward? What is it? You won't look us in our eyes. You don't want to hear it? You're going to hear it anyway. And we know the dominoes are falling. And
your time is up, ma'am.
Tiffany Henyard is the one who is considered the worst mayor.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
You can tell me to sit down, you have your hints. Your time is up. But get your money on time and you must be.
It's Carlor.
It's Carlor. Don't even care.
That is so disrespectful. But anyway, I was only coming out to this meeting to try to learn. I've been in this community for about 20 years, and I decided that I would come out and try to get involved in my community and learn different things. Okay, so number one, as a school teacher, you cannot double dip. And so I would suggest to you guys, and Tiffany Henyard, that is very disrespectful, okay, to what you're doing. But anyway, people cannot double dip in a job, okay? So from what I'm hearing, according to the agenda, they can only have one position. They should not be here working as one thing and then they're a DJ or a photographer. You can only have one job, okay? My second reason really for coming was to find out if, as a Thornton supervisor, had you gotten with the mayors and seen what were you going to do to help the residents of these 17 villages on their property taxes? What is the plan for that? So that was my question, and I did want an answer, but I will return tomorrow, and maybe you will have an answer for me. Okay. Oh, it's a Thornton Township, so I know that we come to those and we can ask questions. Township talk, yes, and we do come and ask questions, so I will be here. I have been involved in those. But I did want to know, was there a plan? I've asked the mayor of South Holland, and I want to know what you guys are planning to do as homes are becoming foreclosed on, and residents are losing their homes. We need to do something about that, as well as put a cap on all of this spending and get something under wraps. But again, people cannot go. I'm sorry with that.
Start reading my statement now.
Okay, Mike, 1 second. Go to the mic. You're gonna start it. All right, go ahead.
It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of the deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives diligently, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming.
You want me to publish it?
But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of the achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. My message tonight to all of the residents of Thornton Township: I've watched people disrespect leadership. I challenge you to take on becoming a leader and sitting in that seat, because you don't know what it means to sit in that seat and have to endure the things that you have to endure, the meetings you go to, trying to help your residents, trying to help your citizens, and you have people that come to be disrespectful. To be disrespectful. And we have people that blurt out. Now, I sat quietly while everybody else had their time to talk. But then, when somebody comes up and not talking, you talk. In your language you don't want to hear. That's disrespect. What I learned is you have to have respect. You have to have respect. And what I'm saying is, until you sit in that seat as an elected official, you don't know what elected officials have to go through. But what I am going to say is, we need education in our community on government. Because if we really understood government, we will understand what the supervisor's job is, we'll understand what the trustee's job is. What I've been seeing in the news is the trustees trying to do the supervisor's job. And I challenge you, if you want to do that, run for supervisor. Run for the position. Run for the position. Because you're bound by governing laws that govern how you are and what you're supposed to do. Now, what I have not seen is this board talk about going to trainings. And I'm going to say it. You need trainings. You need to understand your position and the power of your position. Not to create laws against an individual. Not to create rules against an individual. So I'm telling you what we're going to watch. If this supervisor does not get re-elected, we're going to revoke all the things that they've done before. So I'm going to say, you guys need to learn government.
Okay, guys.
Learn government. Learn government. Learn government.
Miss Allen. Miss
And how it operates.
Miss Allen. Is there a Miss Allen? Last name, next is Carol Cook. Okay. Vivian Allen. Edna Boston. Valerie Stubbs. Oh, Edna Boston's here. I'm sorry, Edna Boston's here. Good evening to the
brave people that are brave enough to stay. I find this is very unfortunate and it's bad. All of those people that got up and walked out and were disrespectful on their way out shows their mentality, their lack of respect. It's disrespect, it's dishonor, it's disorder, it's just plain old dissing, and it wasn't necessary. If you're exiting the room, you don't, you teach first graders to exit. And these people are going out cursing, using foul language, saying foul things. It's not okay. I don't care who you're supporting. See, this ain't high school to me. And I'm not on nobody's team. I'm on the township's team. I'm not here to support Tiffany. I'm here to support nobody. Okay? But I'm going to tell you what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You're wrong. When we pay board members to come and be prepared to make something, I'm getting tired of hearing we're tabling it. How much does a board member make? Can anyone just give me an idea? Because I was surprised you got a salary, so please. How much is your income for being a trustee? It's public knowledge. So, I'm sorry? I have to submit a board request. A void request. Void. Okay, so you're not going to tell us what your income is, but I looked it up. I Googled it and it said somewhere around $64,000 and up for you to show up at a meeting and say that, well, I didn't have time to look at it. We need to table it. We need to move forward. Look, I don't care that we're not in agreement. Like I said before, we're not all Democratic, we're not all Republican, but when it comes to this township, we are a community. And it's important that we show up as a united community. So this is not high school. Stop trying to be the cheerleader. I actually seen a board member last week, you know who you are, so I won't embarrass you, meet outside with his group of cheerleaders, and that's what I called them. I stood there and listened to them as they said, no, we're not going to say anything this week, but next week we're going to blow it up. We're going to have this and this. What is that about? What is that about? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. If you haven't, you want to support somebody, fine, do that. We're all entitled to that. But can we please just grow the hell up? Get something done. I'm tired of stuff. Time. Oh, time isn't important because everybody get up here, go over it, and it doesn't matter. I mean, this man stood up here and went, 10 minutes over, and he's going to get his point through.
Valerie Stubbs.
But I will not do that.
Good evening, everyone. Trustees, you did an awesome job. I'm so proud of you, with the exception of one trustee. It's a shame that I've been here since 4:45. And it's a shame that we take our time out to come to these meetings to get information on what's going on in our community. It's a shame that Tiffany asked us to be respectful, to not make any noise, no outbursts, but yet the disrespect when the resident gets up here and make a comment, she's hold her head down dwindling. And that actually depends upon who you are, whether or not she want to hear it. The lady that just left from up here, she clapped, held her head up, and it's a shame. And in 2025, I want all of us that live in Thornton Township to take care of that because it's an embarrassment to us. We're the laughing stock of the world. All over the world, we have the worst mayor and the worst supervisor in the world. I went to her event last Saturday. The money that was spent on the bleachers alone was a fortune. And unfortunately, it was maybe 100 people there. you might I commend you for curtailing the spending, because that was a waste of my tax dollars. The big bingo, as long as I've been black and going to different bingo events, I've never seen anybody give away wash machines, big screen 75-inch TVs. Those are our tax dollars. Stop letting her buy you. Stop letting her give you a box of chicken. If you need some food, look me up. I'll take you to the grocery store and buy you some food. If you teach a man how to fish, he can fish forever. If you keep going and getting them handouts like we destitute, it's a lot of people that live in Thornton Township and in Dalton that make a great income. I make over 6 figures. Okay? There's people in this room that I know of make over 6 figures. Stop treating us like we destitute, that we need a handout. Cut your own grass. You knew when you bought a house that your grass had to be cut. Stop using the services. You know, if you can afford it, do it. And stop taking the handouts. Stop letting her treat us like we destitute.
Time.
You can buy your own kid a book bag. If not, call me up. I'll buy your kid some school supplies.
Yeah, next is Nicole. Ms. Nicole.
Hi, good evening, residents and most trustees. First and foremost, I cannot make this up. Tiffany is up there literally doodling in her spiral notebook. It's just a page full of doodling. That's so unbecoming as a mayor, okay? Not to mention, find another word, because you keep saying, and that was dope. Yeah, we went out here, we did it, that was dope. You're a mayor. Why do you like the word dope so much? I mean, come on now. That's unbecoming, it's unprofessional, it's ghetto, as I don't know what. You're not at the Source Awards. Come on, I would like to know your position. I would like an update, a report, a statistic, a measurable outcome on some of these youth programs that you have. You don't do anything but cause disruption, intimidation, confusion, and I just don't understand what it is you're getting paid to do. Like I said, I saw you guys at the nail shop. Now I'm wondering, was that credit card you used Thornton Townships? Because you did pay with the credit card, I saw that. But I would like for you to just give a statistic on the impact of your role, of your position, and what you're supposedly doing. Chief Price, the way you talk to trustees, he's not here, but the way he talks to trustees should be reprimanded. I mean, you sit there, you let it happen, Tiffany, you let him sit from a seat, he's not even at the podium when he's degrading the trustees, you allow it to happen, you allow him to curse, then you try to school us like we're children on how to speak and how to conduct ourselves at a meeting, and you weren't even on time to. You know, you allowed the stalemate to happen, you know, you wanted it your way, but it did not happen because you saw that they were going to have the meeting with or without you. So you had to pack up everybody and bring them down here where you should have been at the start of the meeting, trying to lock us out. We saw people that were behind us in line that were in that room. It was calculated, it was intentional, and you should be reprimanded for that.
Who can write up the supervisor?
Also, you know, you're always talking about what the media doesn't report and how they don't tell, how you pay for this, you pay for that, you pay for funerals, you give food, you pay rent. Why can't you help those vendors that you sick on, people like Gonzalez? You bully them, you know, by trying to make them pay. Why can't you have them utilize these resources that you say never gets talked about? You have plenty of resources, right? We're in the black. Send them to them. They're not going to get paid if they didn't go through the proper process. The sooner you learn that, the better off they'll be. They won't keep doing work knowing that they're not going to get paid. That's on them. That's on them. No, it's not on the trustees. It's on them. It's on them. Okay. Well, stop working. Stop working. Stop working. Okay, well, here, let me
Time is up.
Go to the township. Go to the
All right, your time is up, ma'am. Security.
Go to the food pantry.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
No, go get your regular food pantry.
Your time is up.
No, now you're mad. I'm just saying.
All right, your time up.
Okay.
All right, Emmanuel, come on. Emmanuel, come on. Go ahead, get your moment. This is one of y'all employees here that y'all did not pay. But go ahead, go ahead.
All I'm saying is this. I want you all to understand what's actually happening here. Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand what's actually happening here. So right now, you all have a lot of people who've done a lot of work for this township. No, let me show you how. Right now, I am an employee of the township. Before that, as media.
It's not even on the list.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, as media. So everyone understands. Trustees, I want the trustees to understand. As media, before media, I have my own business that we've been running successfully. The Thornton Township was supposed to be just a client. I was supposed to be just a contractor. So the money that I charge the township, I understand the township is very frugal when it comes to paying bills. So I charge way below market value for the services that I provided to the residents, not the trustees, not anything, to the residents. I'm literally showing you guys what your township offers you. This is not about a supervisor. This is not about other members of the administration. Right, time is short. Here we go. For the township, the trustees decided not to pay, but they are the reason.
So,
correct.
Emmanuel, get it out. Don't
Yes.
back and forth.
So I want you all to understand, if I work for the township and I'm showing you guys like what GA offers you, I'm showing you what Youth and Family Services is offering you. You are getting this not for free. You are already paid for it. You are already paid for these services. And instead of you all receiving those services, you're telling the trustees, don't give it to you. That's dumb. That's literally what's happening. You already paid for it. But the trustees are fooling you because they're telling you, oh, you all don't want it. We're spending all this money. You all are actually in a surplus. You all are already audited and they received an award for financial transparency. So what I'm saying is you all are literally, you are shooting yourselves in the foot. I wish that my mom lived in Thornton Township. My mom was in a car accident and my mom and my father passed away in the accident. My mom is very badly injured and she's handicapped. She's in a wheelchair. My mom needs groceries delivered to her, but we have to pay for those groceries. They're offering you all getting those groceries delivered to your house that you already paid for. You already received, not necessarily, but you already received these things, but you are telling the trustees don't want it. I don't want it. But you all have to understand this township is full of thousands of people. There's people there who do want it. That need it. That's not fair to them. You all are shooting them. Give them a chance. Don't just take the chance away from them. Trustees, don't just take the chance away from them. You have other people besides who was in this room that you all are literally killing. I met a man who was cutting his own grass at 89. Cutting his own grass at 89. He was on the list in order to get his grass cut. But instead of them being able to pay the people to cut the grass of this man, he's out there. He's literally risking his life to cut his own grass because the township board of trustees decided not to pay the people to cut his grass that he paid for. So I'm saying it again. All I'm saying is you already paid for these services. Just get them. Why tell them I don't want the services, but you pay for it anyways?
Okay. Emmanuel, you're done. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right, she's the last one, and then we're gonna adjourn right after.
I was on the list, but I didn't get up because
I know,
the negativity was
was a little bit too much for me. I'm one of those seniors that people talk about. And I've been attending these meetings for years. We have been attending these meetings. When Supervisor Wells was in the position. And so many people who are here now and have now walked out, I wanted them to hear this. Because we would come to meetings and there would be like 10 people there. And whatever he wanted done was done. And you talk about double dipping, he had 3 positions.
Only one pay. Only one pay.
I don't understand why. I mean, I just don't understand.
Only one pay.
And I am one of those seniors that some of you would like to radicalize. I mean, you want to say, we don't know anything. But I think I know a lot more than most of the people in here. Because you haven't been attending those meetings years ago. I have attended, we have attended those meetings on a regular basis. And all of the things that you are talking about, he had a board where everybody voted yay. If you were around when Darlene Washington was here on the board, every time there was an activity, board members came. Not just in process 100. And we always had to wait an hour or 2 every time we had a meeting. Every time we had a meeting. So that's how I know most of you haven't been to any previous meeting. Because if you had, you would have known that. I am appalled at the atmosphere. I'm sorry. I am appalled. We talk so much, but we don't listen. Now, I don't know the supervisor the way some of you know her. I don't know what she has done wrong, but I know that she has some terrific employees. And to the board members, they should all be paid because things that I have gone to, I mean, the employees are just fantastic. I have been to Big Bingo, but I didn't need a TV. So those people who did need it, got it. I didn't need it. It was fun. The music that she had playing was fun. The food that she had prepared was better. And the Mother's Day program was fantastic. And what I liked is she had young people. We had an etiquette class. And they were trained on how to serve. I have some fantastic pictures of those young people. You could order your meal. It wasn't buffet style. You didn't have to get in line. And the mothers there were thrilled. So I know the good side. I know the good side. I don't know that negative side. I'm sorry, I do not. There's some ugliness in here. May the good Lord bless and keep all of them. Because there's just too much, and I'm sorry that the other people walked out, because I don't know why they walked out. But I know one thing, this board needs to work together. There's some ugliness here. I don't want any ugliness. I want love. I don't know.
I've been struggling to keep in the front of my mind what I've been taught all my life. And that is, love your neighbor as yourself and do unto others as we would have others do unto us. And there's very little of that I've seen here tonight. So I've had to struggle to keep myself under control because I was upset with some things, I learned some things, and it sounds like Tiffany Henyard is the scapegoat for a lot of things. And I want to ask her not to be broken by this.
I especially am concerned about the employees because the senior center, and I'm concerned because I invited 4 of my neighbors to come to this meeting. And one came, but he couldn't stand a long time, so he ended up having to leave. But I'm a person who is a community person. So therefore, I want all of you to come to everything, not just the negative things, everything, and see what's going on. I mean, really, because something's wrong here, and I'm not saying that anyone is perfect, but something is wrong here. Something is rotten in Denmark.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. I know you struggled to get up there, so thank you. Thank you guys for coming out. Again, if you want to hear anything about Thornton Township, tomorrow we will be in the same location. I would like to see a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? The motion and second, Carlor.
Trustee Jones, Trustee Gonzalez, Trustee Gray Everett, Trustee Carlisle, Supervisor Henyard. Motion passed. 8:55.
Reality TV, Action Journal.
Thanks for coming.